Howdy y'all, welcome back to another exciting episode of Science with Mr. Jacobs. I'm Mr. Jacobs, this is Science. Today we are going to be learning how to make molecules from chemical formulas. And as always, if you feel like you learned something or you just enjoyed what you watched, go ahead and smash that like and subscribe button down below. To start us off, we're going to be starting off with magnesium sulfate. The first strategy that I use when trying to identify what elements are inside of these chemical formulas is I like to look for capitals and lower cases. Every element symbol starts with a capital letter, and if it has a second letter, it's going to be a lowercase every single time. So I use this underline overline strat for identifying my elements. I start with my first capital and I make an underline until I run into my next capital letter. My S is a capital letter, so I can't underline it. Now, I go underline overline because sometimes when I do two underlines right next to each other, it confuses me and I think they're one. So for my next element, I'm going to go ahead and start with my first capital letter, and I'm going to overline until I run into another capital letter. Oh, that O is our next capital letter, so I stop. And then the O is our last one, so we'll go ahead and underline that dude as well. So I've identified that we have magnesium, sulfur, and oxygen inside of magnesium sulfate. The next step that we need to take is we need to figure out how many of each of these elements we're going to have. Well, this 4 tells me that I'm going to have 4 oxygen. I'm going to have 4 of them. So let's go ahead and grab our 4 oxygens real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, some of these don't have a number next to them. Like this S, it doesn't have a number next to it. Now, I've said it for years, I'm going to continue to say it. When scientists can be lazy, we're going to be. We already told you that there's an S. There's no reason for us to write a 1 here, so because it already says its name, we know that we only get 1 of them. So how many mg's do you guys think we're going to have? Yeah, just 1. There's just 1 mg. So we'll grab just 1 mg. And then the last thing that we need to do is to make it a molecule is to have all of these atoms connected to each other. So we'll go ahead and we'll just connect them right on up. Now, we got one more strat thing to figure out. We got to figure out what this 2 means in CO2. So, let's again identify our elements. Start with a capital letter, underline until our next capital, overline until we hit our next capital, but that's our last one. So we just have carbons and oxygens. How many carbons do you guys think we're going to have? 1. Nice job. How many oxygens do you guys think we're going to have? 2. Nice job. Heck yeah. And then we got to go ahead and connect them up to make that molecule. Now this 2 though, it tells us that we not only have 1 molecule of this, but we're also going to get a second molecule of this. So we need to grab a whole nother carbon, 2 more oxygen, and then we'll go ahead and link them up. And we're good. So the big number in front tells us how many molecules how many molecules we're going to have. If it's a little subscript number, it's going to tell you how many atoms are in the molecule. Thank you guys. Hope you learned something.